lots of misfortune while entertaining the idea of having a girlfriend. Well, tonight, I'm going to go over a couple of experiences where I have successfully found love. Hey, what's going on, geeks? Maxusthebeast is here, and welcome back to Story Time. I know it's been quite a while since my last episode, and I sincerely apologize for it. However, we are back in beeswax, and judging by the little intro there, I'm sure you can figure out what's about to happen. Tonight's edition is talking about my previous girlfriends, or love interests, or whatever you want to call them. Keep in mind, these happened a long time ago. I am currently not so smooth with the ladies. Anyway, on to the stories. Yada yada, on to the stories. So, first story takes place back in kindergarten, of all places. You might be wondering, oh, aren't you too young to be dating at this point? And I would say to that, yes. Really, really way too young to be dating. However, this wasn't dating, so it's okay. Before y'all all start freaking out about some weird underage crap. No. It is young to be dating. But we weren't technically dating. It's the biggest extent of a relationship you can have when you're in kindergarten. So, again, nothing really insane, just more like a friendship to another level. Anyway, so there's this girl in my class who I kind of had a crush on, and again, take that word lightly, as when you're 5, you don't really know what love really is. So, anyway, there was this girl in my class who I had some feelings for. Some strong romantic feelings for. And, you know, she was very friendly towards me. She sat next to me in art class and in the computer lab. And she would bat her eyes at me, which of course I took to mean she likes me. So one day, I say, hey, yo, you want to be my girlfriend? She's like, sure, why not? And so, a budding relationship, a budding romance was formed. It lasted like a month. And again, since we're kids, we don't really date. And we're at that age where we think kissing and whatever is gross. So we're not even holding hands. We think any kind of physical contact with the opposite gender is disgusting. So of course, there's nothing going on. But we think kissing's gross. We think holding hands is weird. So of course we don't do that crap. And we didn't really do anything special together. I mean, on the bus, we would sit together. We would sit next to each other in the lunchroom. But nothing really special happened. And after a month, we kind of just dished the whole thing. But it was my first ever time being successful. Well, first and only time being successful with a crush. Now, that was really the extent of our relationship, and I remember in 2nd grade, we stayed in the same class all the way up until 3rd grade. And she made mention of that in 2nd grade and really embarrassed me. I remember, there was another girl who I had a crush on, and I heard her talking to the girl who I was previously in a relationship with, quote unquote. And she said, I remember the girl I was in my, I guess, ex, you could say, said that I was a bad boyfriend. So, yeah. I remember that she said I was boring and wouldn't give her any candy. Which, again, is really the extent of a romantic relationship in kindergarten. So, again, I was as heartbroken as a 5-year-old could be. Or, at this point, 12-year-old. 12, second grade, about 8-year-old. But so I was distraught. But afterwards, after I left my old school, we lost contact. I haven't seen her nor spoken to her since. Best of luck to you. And if you're watching this, best of luck to you in whatever it is you're doing with your life now. Anywho, on to the next story. So my next story comes from the 3rd grade. The year that, if you've watched any of my previous story times, you'll know had a major impact on me. And in my opinion, was the best year of my life. So, this year, towards Christmas time, a similar occurrence happened to my ex, with the situation like my ex, where I had this girl I kind of sort of liked, and I asked her, hey, you want to be girlfriends? Boyfriend, girlfriend? Sure. Why not? But this go-round was different. As this go-round, we were in 3rd grade, meaning we could do more stuff. And some of you are going to pervert that. Please don't. But what I mean by that is do more than just sit next to each other in a classroom. No, this time we actually did some stuff, which was more extravagant, more interesting. So, it was about September or October when I asked this girl to be my girlfriend. And in late October, we had a field trip to a pumpkin patch. And I had been given some money by my parents to purchase a pumpkin or something from a gift shop if they had a gift shop. They were selling in the gift shop, they were selling small miniature pumpkins for about $3 a piece, like really tiny pumpkins. And my parents had given me $10 to spend. And I bought myself and my girlfriend a pumpkin. And she was very grateful, and when we got back to class, we drew faces on them. We were allowed to go to the art room and grab a few colored pencils and paint and a couple paint brushes and stuff, and we drew a few faces on the pumpkins. Now, the kind of stuff that we would do on our regular basis, like on every regular class day, we would sit by each other in the lunchroom, share food. If I had something in my lunch that she wanted, I'd give it to her, vice versa. I remember one day I forgot to pack my lunch and didn't bring any lunch money, so she let me have her Lunchable, because she had a sandwich as well. She had a sandwich and a Lunchable. She gave me her Lunchable, which is very nice of her. I remember she didn't have enough money to buy herself a cookie from the lunch line, and I had just enough to buy a separate cookie. So I did. And she was very grateful for that, so she repaid me a few days later by giving me a package of Oreos. And this is the most domestic relationship I've had with somebody outside my family. And I haven't had a romantic experience since. Anyway, so we did this kind of stuff on a daily basis, and of course, love is a very strong word to describe a couple of third graders. More like heavily like would be I guess a term used to describe our relationship. We like each other. And it's an actual kind of sort of relationship here. It's not really, it's not really truly romantic, as there's no, oh, I will love you till the day I die, or some romantic speech being given. Just more like, we're just really good friends. That kind of thing. Just with the extra little thing saying, hey, he's my boyfriend, or she's my girlfriend, or whatever. And it got closer to Christmas time. We bought each other Christmas gifts. Now, our class wasn't really required to purchase gifts for classmates. We were required to purchase Christmas cards for each other, and purchase or make Christmas cards. But we didn't have to buy gifts. We could if we wanted to, but we didn't have to. I remember when I was in 3rd grade, if you know me in real life, you know I'm a Star Wars geek. But in 3rd grade, I was an even bigger Star Wars geek. Which I know, if you know me, seems like an impossible thing to be, an even bigger geek. But, hey, I was a massive Star Wars geek in 3rd grade. So she bought me a Darth Maul action figure. Oh, and along with that, some of those sticker tattoo things with the Star Wars logo on it. And with some quotes like, and some notable things from the movies, like, a long time ago in a galaxy, far, far away. Or, may the Force be with you, and stuff like that. Which, all in all, the figure, back in my day, Star Wars figures were like $12, and the stickers were about maybe 50 cents a piece. So I'd estimate that she spent over $16 on that gift. And I remember I bought her a $10 necklace with Hello Kitty on it, because she really liked Hello Kitty. So that was kind of our Christmas, and I remember Mom thought the whole thing was cute, as did her mom. They both took pictures of us, like, hugging. That was a more, I hate to say physical, because that could mean plenty of things that I don't mean. But we didn't think hugging was weird. So, there's a picture of us hugging, there's a picture of us, like, doing a kind of, like, friendship hug while we both looked at the camera. We were posing and stuff for photos and stuff. It was kind of fun. But I remember this relationship lasted from pretty much the start of the school year till the end of it. So that was the most, I guess, dedicated relationship I've had with somebody outside my family. And I remember field day was in the spring, about March or April, about this time. And I have never been really athletic or really into sports or any kind of outdoorsy game activity type thing, which is what field day is where a few kids from a grade will go and compete against a plethora of other local schools in activities such as like beanbag tosses or sack races and stuff. You know, it's not really anything like competitive sports or anything, but it's competitive enough for us kids. But my friend and I, we never participated. And my girlfriend didn't either. And my teacher, if you've heard any of my stories about 3rd grade in the past, you will know that my 3rd grade teacher is like the best teacher in the world. He, when field day was going on, we had 4 kids who stayed behind. Me, my friend, my girlfriend, and another classmate. And my teacher didn't care what we did as long as it wasn't anything, out of insanity or too loud or anything. Because he said, well, there's only 4 of you here, so just do whatever, talk amongst yourselves. You can play I have some board games on the shelf back there if you want to play those. Stuff like that. Well, my school never had the big, let's take Pokemon cards and toys away from students. My school was cool with Pokemon. So, and of course, Pokemon was a major craze among students. So, my girlfriend, my friend, and I were big Pokemon fanatics. So we, of course, kept our Pokemon cards in our backpacks at all times. So during this class period, we pull out our Pokemon cards and we play. There's a full-on Pokemon tournament going on in the 3rd grade classroom. We moved our desks over to act more like a better table. My teacher even sat in on a match to see what the card game looked like, because he had never seen Pokemon being played before. And my friend had one of those big boxes of cards and stuff, and he made my teacher a deck. So my teacher played a few rounds with us, which was awesome. So we all had this major tournament going on. It was me and my girlfriend against my friend, another classmate, and then my teacher would substitute for one of us from time to time. And I remember I was partnered up with my girlfriend. We won pretty much every game together. Kind of a beautiful relationship. But that was day 1 of field day. Day 2 of field day was even better. Day 2, we started a game of Monopoly. Everyone played, including the teacher. We finished it the next day. Field day lasted a week. It was more like field week. And day 2, we finished the game of Monopoly. It was a major game going on. Day 3, we played some more Pokemon. Day 4, Pokemon. And the final day, everyone came back and we had regular class. But my teacher said, hey, why don't we all play one last game of Pokemon before the end of the week? So the last hour of class, anyone who had Pokemon cards was allowed to play. My girlfriend and I teamed back up again, and we wrecked face. Except for that one time when my friend and another one of my other friends teamed up on us and absolutely destroyed us. I blame Articuno. But towards the end of the school year, our relationship was still going very strong, but I had accepted the fact that I was going to be homeschooled. So she kind of accepted that, and towards the end of the year she said, hey, why don't we just stop being boyfriend and girlfriend? And just as easily and simply as the relationship had started, it ended. And no, I wasn't really heartbroken. I mean, I was sad about it, but I wasn't like, crying over it. But after that, I occasionally would like bump into her at Dollar General and stores around my town and stuff like that, but then they moved out of town and I haven't heard from her since. So, yo, if you're watching this, call me, okay? I'm lonely. Anyway, guys, thank you again for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a thumbs up on it. It means a lot, guys. And this has been a more personal one for me, as I typically don't go into my love life. But hopefully it was worth it, because hopefully you guys enjoyed it. But thank you again for all of your support on my videos. It means so much to me. And again, I'm sorry for the lack of story time in the last few months. To be honest, I forgot. Also, I want to apologize if you hear an extra background noise. It's like 90 degrees outside right now, so I have a fan going in here. And it might be a little bit noisier than I like it to be, but hopefully it's not too bad. Anyway, guys, thanks again for watching, and as always, Maxusthebeast is out.